Hey everybody, it's Rachel Bogan from Renegade Digital Post, and to tell you the honest truth, I can't see you. Well, now I can. Today I'm going to talk to you about vision, and we're going to use the metaphor of these sunglasses to talk about it. Okay, so number one, why is vision important? Your vision for your life is what dictates what success looks like for your life. Now, if I were to ask you what does success look like, you might say, the typical, I would like a house with 2 cars and a wife or a husband. I would like to have a small dog. I want my kids in a good school. I want to have a good job where I could retire from, and that's my definition of success. There's nothing wrong with this definition of success. A lot of people are trying very hard to attain it. The thing is, this is the traditional American dream. And the thing about the traditional American dream is that it's not necessarily something that we all want. And often it's a dream that's been manufactured for us by products and companies that say, if you're going to have the American dream, this is the special little widget that you need to have in it so that you're successful. The second point about vision. Vision gives you a direction for your life. And success, by its definition, also how you know if you achieve it. Now, have you ever jumped in your car and just drove and never went anywhere? No. When you get in your car, most of the time you have a direction that you want to go. Even if you're just going to go for a ride and you have no particular stop in mind, you might say, you know what, today I'm going to travel north, or today I want to travel west. You're still picking a direction. You have to have an idea of where you want to go. And vision, when you craft it for yourself, is you're saying to yourself, this is where I want to go, this is how I know I'm going to get there, and this is what I want to see when I get there. Now, this is really critical because if you define these things, then you can start actually working towards them. If you don't have them defined, you're just going to plod along with your life. You're going to keep going in whatever direction is in front of you. But what happens if that direction leads you to a place where 15, 20 years down the road you say, how in the world did I end up here and I am not happy? If you ever find yourself in this kind of a place where you're asking yourself, what am I doing here and I'm not happy? It's a really good indicator that where you're at does not line up with your own personal values for yourself and what you want out of your life. The sooner that you define your vision and the sooner that you define your success, knowing when you achieve that vision or what it will look like as you are achieving that vision, the sooner you will be able to step on this road of pursuing a life that is happy, pursuing a life that you know has meaning, and pursuing a life that you know has value to you because it lines up with the things that you want and the things that make you who you are. So, here's where these handy-dandy sunshades actually come in handy. If you watched the eclipse a couple weeks ago, you realize that these are left over from that. It's true, they are. Now, the cool thing about these sunshades is that when you look at the sun, they allow you to see the fiery disk of the sun without the blinding light that comes from the sun. Now, why is this significant in a talk about vision? Well, if you put these on, you realize very quickly that you can see absolutely nothing around you as long as they're covering your eyes. It is because they're blocking out so much light that everything is wicked dark. Like, literally, wicked dark. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you how wicked dark. Glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off, glasses on, glasses off. Yeah, we don't want to look at that for too very long, otherwise we're all going to go blind, even my camera. Okay, so anyway, we know that these block out a lot of light, and they allow us to see the sun. Now I want you to imagine that the sun represents your version of success, and that the sun represents your vision for your life. But if you stare at the sun without any definition to it, without any way of focusing in on it, you're going to get blinded by all the light that is around the sun. But if you have a little bit of vision, you can isolate out specifically what you want to see and be able to actually look at the ball of the sun itself. Not the light that's around it, not the bright sky that's around it, not anything else. You're able to focus in on exactly what you want. Now, this kind of laser focus in defining your vision and defining your version of success is what makes it critical to you being happy, to you pursuing the life that you want, and to you getting the things out of your life that you know that you want. You gotta have vision to be able to look where you want to go. So, okay, now that I've sold you on the concept that vision is important, now the question in your brain is probably, well, okay, how do I create this lofty and wonderful vision for my life? I've read a lot of books on creating vision. The 12-week year has a really great system in it for creating a vision. The guys over at asianefficiency.com also have a really great system for it as well. And as much as I've gone through these systems, and they helped a lot, nothing really helped me congeal something down that helped me then see a set of action plans to get to where I wanted to go. I was talking to my mentor about this disconnect that I have, and he said, Rachel, all that you've done is great, but now I want you to think about it in 3 different simple ways. I want you to think about your vision in your life, your definition of success, in terms of the things that you want to be, the things that you want to do, and the things that you want to have. This simple little construct, be, do, have, changed everything for me, because now all of a sudden it wasn't just about where do I want to go with my life, what are the objects I want to have in my life. I could think about who my version of success was going to be, my better version of myself, in a much more holistic way. Be, do, have is cylindrical. You cannot have one without the other. The things that you want to be rely on the things that you have. And the things that you do rely on who you want to be. And the things that you have are the results of the things that you do. You have to have all 3 of these things working in tandem. So let me show you a little bit of how this works in my life. Okay, so this is my vision board inside my Midori, and I like keeping it handy because when I want to refer to it, it is essential. So on this side, you'll easily see that I have a list here. Be, do, have. And in this category, whoops, I've got things that include, I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy and active, and I list the things that I want to do. I want to talk about how generous I am because I want to be a generous person. I talk about being a learner and a traveler. And this one in particular, being restful and rested. I struggle a lot with being too active, and so I want to make sure that the things that I'm being are helping me be restful and active. The things that I want to do with my life, I want to grow businesses. The things that I want to do with my life. I want to grow businesses. I want to travel. I want to write fiction. I want to read. These are all things that I want to do, and these are the things that enable me to then be able to have. I do want to have a house where I can adopt and foster kids. And, believe it or not, I want to have a mountain cabin somewhere that I can also make an Airbnb. I'm also talking about my business, where I want it to go and what I want it to be in the future, and some even further business ideas. Knowing these things in my life now helps me set weekly and yearly action plans so that I can be achieving these things. Another question that my mentor likes to ask me all the time is this getting me to the money? And what that means is, are the things that I'm doing helping me get to where I want to go? Now, money isn't obvious. Yes, this makes things easier, but that doesn't mean always money. Sometimes it means, is this getting me to the success that I want to have? So in your own life, I want you to think about what your version of success, your definition of it looks like in terms like this, in terms of be, do, and have. Thinking in these categories of who do you want to be? What is that better version of yourself that you aspire to become? What are the things that you see yourself doing as that better version of yourself? And what are the things that you want to have as that better version of yourself? Thinking in this way, I found for myself was a really big eye-opener and helped me categorize and help me think a lot differently about success. It wasn't just about how much money I made. It was about who I was as a person. And I think when we define success as who we're going to become, I think we actually become better people as a result of this. You can easily have success as defined by the American dream, but you can also be a real jerk about it. And we all know these people in our neighborhoods. They're people that drive the flashy cars and have the fancy house, and they're jerks. We all know them. No, that doesn't mean that you can't have that and not be a jerk, but we also know that they do exist. And this is why I think focusing on who you're going to become, a better version of yourself, is a much more healthy way of looking at success and a healthy way of looking at vision. Because when you're defining who you're going to be as a better person, you're not only going to better yourself and better your family, but you're going to better your whole community around you. So that's it for today. Those are my thoughts on vision and crafting your own version of success. I hope that you find the construct of be, do, have as successful and as helpful as I did in defining your own vision. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe the video, and I will see you next week, or hopefully next week, in another video. Talk to you soon. Cheers.